The man never could have imagined it. He'd assumed the water-based magic granted by the gods was a useless skill, but once he dug deeper, he discovered something incredible. By compressing the water output of his magic, he could easily slice through solid rock. By rearranging the molecular structure of water, he could generate countless ice spikes and take down wild boars in an instant. But the real kicker? By stacking hundreds of ice walls on top of each other, he could create a massive block of ice that would crush any monster, no matter their level.
質量兵器って怖い。
Turns out, James had died in his previous life after getting hit by a truck. He then found himself in an unknown space where he met the deity in charge of reincarnation. The god offered to grant James one wish, and James, who wanted for nothing, simply said his dream was to live a slow, peaceful life, and just like that, James was transported to a deserted forest. On top of that, the god thoughtfully provided him with 2 months worth of food and an encyclopedia about this new world. To help James get through the beginner phase, the area around his house was surrounded by a barrier that kept monsters at bay. But in this forest crawling with magical beasts, the only thing he could rely on was his water magic. Since he barely understood how magic worked, James was basically a walking faucet at this point. Still, with such a nice bathtub available, it would be a shame not to use it for a bath. So he decided to start a fire by rubbing sticks together. After trying for a while though, he couldn't produce even a single spark. That's when the sun overhead gave him an idea. James immediately set to work making ice. By removing heat from the water and rearranging its molecular structure, the water instantly turned into ice. Now he could use the ice blocks he'd created to focus the sun's heat and easily obtain fire. James finally got to enjoy his hot bath. Since the god had only given James 2 months of food, he'd need to hunt for sustenance if he wanted to survive long term. But before that, he had to learn offensive magic. James tried releasing a water ball attack, but it only left a puddle on the tree. According to what the angel had said, you could change the shape of magic through imagination. So James decided to create ice spikes for his attacks. However, he found that not only did the ice spikes take a long time to form, their range was also shorter. James decided to make up for it through training. After a period of practice, James felt ready to hunt on his own. He crafted a spear and set out. Along the way, James found plenty of useful items like quartz, which would let him make fire even without the sun, and antidote herbs in case he got food poisoning. Just then, a demon boar decided James looked like prey. According to the book, this was a low-level monster, but seeing it in person was still terrifying. Before James could come up with a strategy, the demon boar charged at him. Fortunately, James dodged the attack with a quick sidestep. Then he used ice magic to create a layer of ice under the boar's feet, causing it to slip and fall. James quickly conjured hundreds of ice spears and, using the boar's massive momentum against it, successfully killed it. To better understand magical beasts, James went home and consulted his books. To his surprise, he found a dragon on the second to last page. A single one could destroy an entire city. If you see one, run immediately. The last page showed a demon with just one note: pray you never encounter it. The next morning, James ventured out to explore again, but as soon as he entered the forest, he ran into an extremely troublesome assassin hawk. To survive, James